This show made possible in part by F&M Bank, fmbankok.com, and Chisholm Trail Technology Center, cttc.edu. Today we are in Studio A with David Blair. David is the president of the Kingfisher Educational Foundation, right?
Yes, sir.
I didn't mess that up, too bad. Let's start with what is the Kingfisher Educational Foundation?
All right, so the Educational Foundation is a nonprofit 501c3 organization that was started in 1985 to help the local community of Kingfisher with raising funds that would go into an endowment, and then over the years, the interest off the endowment would be drawn back to give out annual gifts back to our teachers in the form of teacher grants.
Well, okay, so number one question I see is that why doesn't the school do this?
Well, we are an extension of the school, basically in the fact that we're a nonprofit, so what we want to do is really focus on how we can enhance learning, bring learning to life for students, and really what we want to do is promote our teachers and giving them an opportunity to ask for things that will really enhance learning in their classrooms or even outside their classroom.
Okay, and so how is the board set up? I mean, how many board members?
Yeah, so we have 11 volunteer board members that are all voting members, but then we also have a 12 seat for our superintendent, just so that we're partnering with the school and kind of staying in sync with what's going on there. But our goal is really to utilize the members as a volunteer board to be a community that an organization in our community that gives back to our local public school system.
And you gifted a lot of money this year.
We did. This year we gave the most we'd ever been able to. And
Really?
we gave over $55,000. We've been averaging the last 4 or 5 years around $50,000 in grants, but then the problem we have is that our teachers have been asking for more, around 70 and 80,000. And so luckily we've been able to partner with the school in previous years, as well as Go for Public, which is another organization that helps for certain types of grants. And between that,
so it doesn't have to be just out of your bucket.
Well, right.
Okay.
We want to be self-sustaining so that when there are years that budgets are tighter, that we're able to help offset some of that for some teachers' needs. And so, whether it's good times where we're enhancing things, or if it's tougher times where we can provide something that a teacher needs for their classroom, we want to be able to do that.
Now, most everybody in Kingfisher knows about the duck race.
Right.
But what is the duck race?
Yeah. Well, not everybody knows. So
I didn't at first.
Yeah, sure. So our annual fundraiser is the annual duck race, where in June we'll be going out to family, friends of our community, along with businesses, and asking for a donation of buying a rubber duck that.
We should have brought one.
We
needed a duck.
Yeah. And but basically, we will then throw all of those ducks into the Verney Snow Aquatic Center on July 4th. And with the help of our fire department, they'll bring these huge fans and blow them across the pool. People that the winners can get a prize, whether it's $1,000, $500, $300, or for our last duck.
I didn't realize the winning duck got money.
Yes.
I thought all the money went just to the foundation.
Well, so we do try to incentive people to want to give
it back.
That's right. But at the same time, with besides our winnings, all of that goes back into our endowment fund.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so and this year I think you had one. What's the most unusual gift you've given out?
Well, the most unusual that we've given is all of ours are really with an educational focus. But this year, one thing was with Gilmore, our pre-K students did not have any playground equipment. And so one of the things that we felt like for young students who need, with their motor skills, just development.
Interacting with each other.
Yeah. And it really, when Miss Hart presented that one to us, we found that this would be something that not only will help, it'll be a 20-year gift that we've given back. So we're really excited
And
about
these were
that.
really nice pieces too, that weren't just, inexpensive playground equipment. It was nice stuff.
we were really excited, and they were the teachers, Miss Hart and the other teachers were very excited when they found out they got this grant this year.
All right, and then the other one I thought was pretty cool was the coffee machine.
Yes, so
Why would you need a coffee machine at school?
right. Well, Ace Edsel is our special eds teacher for the high school, and so for students that she really has a passion for students with developmental needs, and so she wanted to have a way for these students to be able to have a coffee machine that they could make coffee every Friday, and then take that to the teachers, which they were excited about that because Fridays were always a day that they knew that they were going to get their favorite cup of coffee. But, Ace really helped in training those students, and they really enjoyed it.
It was neat to see kids interacting with each other, and they all had their own little task, and then they took them and actually delivered them to the teachers. And
a sense of accomplishment.
Really, really neat program. A really neat program. Now, you were telling me about one odd request that you did turn down.
Well, we've had a couple over the years, but probably the most unique one that we did not fund was someone asked for a goat treadmill to walk their goats on.
I'm going to have to Google that one.
Yeah, so, and it is
a
real thing.
Yeah.
But we just didn't feel like that was maybe the most educational for what we were giving.
That's pretty neat. So, I want to talk about the board for a minute. You're always encouraging new board members as someone comes off, and you have a real job.
Yeah.
Where do you work? What's your real job?
So I work for Mercy, and I am the executive director of Revenue Cycle Performance, which just is a fancy title of I kind of oversee the billing for the state of Oklahoma for Mercy. And so, but the good thing is, with working from home and technology, I'm able to do that. But it's really something that whether you work locally or have a job, we want to have board members that really have a passion for giving back to their community. And as myself, being a son of teachers, both my parents were teachers. That was something to me that was important as a way for me to kind of help give back to my community, just to see what the impact my parents had on students. Just trying to help with that, I felt like was a good calling for why I wanted to be on the board.
So you can have a real job and be on this board.
Yeah.
That was where I was going with that. Now, there's one thing we forgot to mention. So after you've granted the money for these things, how do you deliver it?
Yeah, so
This is kind of fun.
yeah, so the teachers will ask for their grants in October, and then we'll decide on what we want to give, and then right before the Christmas holiday, we will have Santa Claus come with us, and we'll walk around the school and hand out the grants to the teachers. And so it's a wonderful day. Obviously the young students seeing Santa, their eyes bright up, and the older students, they want a selfie with Santa. But really for us, the teachers, they know that this is a great time for them for their requests. And so we love handing out those checks.
It is a really, really cool program. All right, so in the next day or week or so, after you watch this show, there will be a video, in-depth video about how the program works, and we'll show you exactly some of the gifts. I think we picked 4 or 5. All About Kingfisher did this video featuring the teachers and what they got, and then hearing the kids' excitement and things like that. So
Absolutely.
make sure you keep an eye out for that on All About Kingfisher. David, thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
Thank you, Jim.
And check out the duck race coming up. When is the duck race?
The duck race this year is going to be on the 4th of July.
That's right, the 4th of July at the
around
pool.
4 o'clock. We're still kind of getting the details, but we'll be on the 4th and at the Verney Snow Aquatic Center.
It's a neat thing to see. Come on down, check it out. We'll be there. Stay tuned.
Thank you.
This show made possible in part by Cimarron Electric. CimarronElectric.com, and Pioneer, GoPioneer.com.